Wednesday. Hi, it's Kelly Ray and Mika. Say hi. I wanted to chat with you guys today about telling stories. So a lot of times when we say someone's telling stories, it's sort of a negative connotation, but I want to start by saying that it doesn't have to be negative. When I say telling a story, it just means that it's something that you've made up about something. So that still sounds pretty negative, but it's really not. So let me try and get my point across here. I just shared this with two clients today, and I find that I share it with people a lot, and also I catch myself with it a lot in my own life, and I'm really lucky I have a fiance who, actually a husband in 12 days, who comes to personal development with courses with me, who reads a lot of the same books that I read and gets some of the coaching that I get. So I'm lucky enough to have a partner who sort of calls me on things. Sometimes it can be lucky, sometimes it can be frustrating, but I hope that you have someone in your life, friends, colleagues, coworkers, partner, that helps you with things like this. So, and if you do, make sure you share this with them. So we're going to talk about telling stories and how that affects you. This comes up a lot with every client at least once, and it's one of the biggest shifts that they're able to make in their life. So I really want to teach you today. So first, something will happen. And that can be as simple as, somebody didn't say hi to you, or somebody didn't smile when you walked by them in the office. And then second, you quickly make up a story in your mind. Now this is the part that you don't realize you're doing. Third, you feel something. Based on the story you made up, you might feel offended, angry, upset, hurt. And then fourth, you have a thought or take an action. So you might think that person is a jerk, or I'll never get along with Sally, or maybe you just think they're having a bad day. So if you make up a story that they don't like you, it could cause you to feel frustration, it could damage your relationship with them, it could decrease your productivity, it could get you worse results in that relationship, right? But if you make up a story that's positive, like maybe it has nothing to do with me, you could stop by and maybe try to make a positive difference for that person that day. Now this is a really simple example, but it happens to you constantly. It's happening when someone cuts you off in traffic. It's happening when your spouse does something at home. It's happening with your dogs, the way they behave. If a dog doesn't behave or a dog misbehaves, you could quickly tell a story that means that it's embarrassing because you can't control your dog, and now she's probably she's jumping down because I can't control my dog. Or you could just tell a story that dogs are free-spirited animals and this is no reflection on me, right? And that causes me to feel better, or to have thoughts that feel better, or to take actions that are nicer. Now, these sound like really simple examples, but I want you to try and apply it in business meetings, in interactions with prospective clients, with your staff, and just with anybody in your life. Because if you can really slow down this process and realize that, yes, after something happens, I make up a story about what happened. And that's why I feel a certain way, which makes me have a thought or take an action. If you can sort of slow that down, because it happens in milliseconds, if you can sort of really slow that down and ask yourself, what story am I telling about what just happened? And change the story, or challenge the story, ask if it's really true, you can make a massive difference, a massive positive difference in all your relationships. And you know that when your relationships are better, your business is better. So that will make a really big difference for you. If it helps, I would whiteboard it. We have it up on a couple whiteboards here at the office. I whiteboard it all the time for clients. Mika, come here and say goodbye. Come here. Come say bye. Come say bye. No, she's confused. The door's over there. Okay, well, I hope you guys are having a really great week. Thanks for watching.